Hello YouTube, this is James from Magnet Geeks with
Axel,
Matthew,
Sean, and this is probably the first time you've seen us all together in video in the flesh rather than on Discord, and we are coming at you with episode 2 of Best and Worst, which is Best and Worst Antagonists. And starting with his best, it is Matthew.
Yay. My best is the Millennium Earl from The Grey Man.
not seen it.
Never seen it.
No, none of you have.
I've seen a bit of it.
It's, you know, the old thing of it's an ancient evil who's come back. That's, to me, is a better version than, oh yeah, he was here anyway, he just got powerful. Out of the blue. It's something that's been foretold by people, or angels. Yeah. So, and the idea is he's going to try and take over the world by collecting grace, or innocence, as they call it.
Okay, fair enough.
Which is...
I mean, no one else can have much input on it anyway.
no, because none of you have seen it.
No,
I've seen a bit of it, but I've not seen much of it.
I said watch it. I said it was a decent anime. You've all watched his. I think you've even watched his, Axel.
Well, I'll be getting down to it.
It's on his hat.
No.
Oh, right, okay, never mind.
I think which one's that?
That's All Might from My Hero Academia.
Yeah, I've tried.
Yeah, he doesn't like
I can't get into it.
And that's it for Matthews. Now it will be Sean.
So, my best, obviously some people might guess this straight away, but my best is Kai Chisake Overhaul from My Hero Academia. Now, a lot of people are probably going to guess straight off. He is probably by far what I see one of the best. His whole ideal, his whole initiative for his plan for what he wants to do is just like perfect. He wants to rid the world of quirks, but how he does it is sort of sickening. I mean, what he does to Aerie to make them darts is sickening, because she has that whole quirk to re-heal herself, and he just keeps cutting her open to drain the blood, and then she re-heals herself, and it's sickening. No girl should have to go through that. But what makes him stand above the rest for me is the fight he puts up towards the end of that whole arc is just fantastic. That whole episode with him and Deku, I think it's called 100%. It's just perfect. The whole dialogue, the animation, the music, it's just mashed up together absolutely well. And that whole episode just really topped the line for Overhaul for me, and I think he is by far one of the best.
I can see that.
I can see that. And I'd agree, especially with the music and how it's all meshed together.
Oh, yeah.
It just fits so well, so perfectly.
You
That's
find that the background sounds make a boss fight.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, especially
sometimes
when
they
he
do.
punches.
That whole music when he actually fights, the whole bit with the woman doing that whatever it is, that whole like opera sort of music, when he's floating in the air and realises 100% just hits, and it's like, wow.
That's a fair answer.
Yeah. But he did get one thing wrong about that. Aerie doesn't heal herself, she just reverses time.
It's still
It's rewind, so she like puts herself back into
She's still not healing though.
state.
It's not. It's
He's
not.
right, she isn't technically healing.
She's just going. You know what? Time, go backwards. Come on, you should know that. What's your favourite anime character?
Yeah, this is true.
Well, what's the difference between healing and time reversing? Nothing. We're all different. Same
Well,
thing.
yeah, there is obviously a difference.
What's the difference?
I know. I said it and it came out wrong.
Matt, you ticked.
Yes.
And I think now it's on to James for his best.
Yeah, for my best, maybe a little cliche, and it's also a bit of from an older anime than what I think these guys have chosen from, and that is Johann Liebert from Monster. This villain is just incredibly well written and also very, very mysterious, and weirdly he doesn't sort of big himself up and build himself. It's like everyone around him, everyone he meets, makes him out to be like almost like some sort of god, some sort of future leader. But what actually makes him, what really sells him as a good villain to me, is the fact that he's not a god, he's actually just a normal human being. And the scary thing is someone like him actually could exist in real life potentially. And I think that sort of adds to it. I mean, I know sometimes some villains, like when they've got like superpowers, it like makes them seem a bit bigger, a bit scarier in some ways. But at the same time, you know that's not realistic. Whereas with Johann, he is just, in essence, just a very intelligent human being who has a very nihilistic view of the world. And the actual anime itself, Monster, the storyline is so good and so interesting, because shows you what could happen, or like the unintended consequences of noble actions. Obviously, I'm not going to go too far into that because that's a separate discussion. But just the way it's written, the way it's done, it just fits so well. It is kind of unusual though, because you don't see him too much on screen. As I say, it's more like everyone else around him sort of builds him up, and sort of adds to like this mystique. But at the end of the day, he's still just a normal human being. And as I say, I think for me that really works, and I really like that. But I think of the others here, I think only Sean has actually seen any Monster.
I haven't even heard of it.
I've heard of it, just not seen it.
I've got up to about episode 25, 26, but so far from what I've seen, it's really spot on for an anime.
Honestly,
Yeah.
the only thing I can remember when you said monster was the song from Skillet. That's it. I've not even heard of the anime, so I can't.
But do you know what I mean when I say it's like almost like everyone else around him sort of
Yeah.
builds him up?
To me, with Johan, he has the power of like manipulation, and his intelligence is his key and his power.
Yeah.
He's essentially kind of what you would call a cult leader, but he can like bend his words to get other people to do his sort of bidding, and it's just
Yeah.
he's well done.
In essence, he's a really intelligent master manipulator. And I'd say the sort of bit that adds to him as a villain, that like sort of adds to almost like the fear factor, is the fact that, as I say, someone like that could be real.
Yeah.
It's not like one of these fantasy villains where it's like, yeah, because of this one or two things that you'd never encounter it in real life, you'd only ever encounter it in fiction. But I mean, I don't know what your guys' opinion on that is. But I say when it's something that could potentially be real, it almost adds to it.
Yeah, I'd agree.
Other than the superpowers, a lot of villains' mindset could be in there. I mean, someone could even try and do a Thanos thing. I'm going to take out half that village just because I can.
Right, and now that's done with, on to Axel for his best antagonist.
My best, I don't think, will surprise many people. I know Sean's seen it, I'm not sure the other two have seen it yet. It's Administrator
I
for
haven't seen it.
Sword Art Online Alicization.
Oh, yes, I've seen that, yeah.
Yes.
/ Quinella.
Yeah.
I thought you meant the
I'm up to point
anime.
where they're introduced.
Yeah.
I hate her.
Oh yeah, she's one of them characters you just hate.
I hate her because she made a character go beyond his capabilities, and that happened.
Yes, that did happen.
I'm still trying to get past the fact I thought you meant an anime.
No, I mean, I'm saying she's the best because she accomplished her goal to control everything, and she did. Until someone from the outside world came.
And it just happened to be someone who could kick a lot of ass.
Yeah, exactly.
But he didn't actually defeat her, it was someone else, and the outcome of that I was very disappointed because I thought Sword Art Online would never make me love another character again, and next thing you know I really did like this character. And
Are you on about Chidoken?
no,
No?
I'm on about Yu-Gi-Oh!
Well, no, Yu-Gi-Oh didn't beat her.
No, no.
Yu-Gi-Oh beat the sword monster,
Yeah.
the sword golem.
That was it.
Yeah, he
Not
transformed his spirit into
A sword.
a sword, or wasn't it also a piece of origami what was flying around?
We'll
like
say spoilers.
It was a
because
flying
of him.
sword, yes.
He's not seen it, so
Uh,
spoilers.
I'm looking at it going, what is happening right now? It's one of the anime moments where you're like, what?
It was weird but cool, and I liked it, and the next thing you know, that happens, and I'm just like, oh.
I still need to catch up on all this.
No,
You're always giving us things to watch, but you never watch our stuff.
I've been trying to get him to. But no, she accomplished her goal. She defeated Cardinal,
Yeah.
who was the system that was meant to be in place to stop her.
Yeah.
So it's sort of like she
Well, when you
overpowered
basically-
something she shouldn't have been able to.
Well, when you're basically using cheat codes to go God, you're going to beat the
yeah.
system.
Well, that's all what the spiritual art is, isn't it? It's all
Still
cheat
left
codes.
with that question though, where is she now? And that horrible little cretin that latches onto her leg.
Spoilers for games. But yes, that is a question we have.
You know, you're always going about spoilers, Sean. You're always doing it to James.
But obviously we have
Outrageous.
we have one more
Double
season
standards.
of it left.
Is that is it going to be the final season then?
Yeah, the next one's the last season of Sword Art Online.
No, okay. I mean, I've just watched up to the point where, everything's gone wrong and everything's going fast. And I'm trying not to release a lot for him because otherwise it's going to ruin
Yeah,
it for
'cause
him.
I'm
But
not
he
on-
hasn't seen War of the Underworld
I'm not
yet
on
either.
Underworld yet, I'm waiting for it to be fully dubbed.
No, he's probably watching season 4 of My Hero again.
False one.
Yeah.
But no, she just did everything she set out to do, and in my eyes that makes her good. are being bad.
like mine with the Millennium Mill. He's got what he's got to do. He knows he's got to do it, and how he's doing it, he's going the right way of being an antag.
Yes.
So
exactly. So yeah, she's my best.
I can say that.
Yeah, I agree with that.
And now we're going to do worst, and they've decided I get to go first for this one.
Because James likes to pick on Axel.
I've been really struggling to think of mine, and I still am. Because it's like I said, most of the animes I watch don't have a specific antagonist in them.
Yeah.
Yeah, you like Sword Art Online, there's like 4 different antagonists.
Well, no, then I wouldn't even call most of them antagonists. Like, the only 2 I would call true antagonists are Sugu in the second part of season 1 and obviously Death Gun in the second, in Gun Gale.
Well, see, that's what I did for my best. I chose one from one arc because it's hard to choose an antag that's been in them all. Whereas, like with My Hero, probably the main antag for that is Shigaraki. But he's not fully developed yet in the anime from what I know of, because I know in the manga he's been fully developed. So I chose just from one arc because at the moment overall kind of beats all the others from arcs.
To be honest, overall is also the coolest one so far.
Right.
I don't like
But
one.
if I have to pick one, which I do, because that's the rules, I will have to go for Sugu, or Sugua, or however you say his fucking name, from the Fairy Dance arc of Sword Art Online. Yes, that is the name of the arc.
Oh, the one that tries to force get marriage upon
Asuna,
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Alpine, the dickhead who runs there.
Yeah, I know you're on about now. The guy who's like, I'm going to summon Excalibur. Excalibur's like, no, not happening.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I don't like
He is sort of the epitome of a bad guy.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly, he's one of the characters in animes that I've actually thought, please cut the guy's arm off, and he did it.
He was the
You're
one.
not the only one.
Yeah. I cheered when when Kirito
Just chopped him off.
Yeah.
Same. It was very satisfying.
He's one of them characters that you just think, go on, just jab right in the balls.
Yeah.
I'm not saying I'm a sadist, but when he was going into pieces, I liked it.
The thing is, it was his.
Yes, we are worried about Sean.
It was his job to keep the SAO servers good, so no one died from disconnections and that.
Yeah, but keep.
And then as they're disconnecting, he.
Yeah, you know, I'm going to take you.
Just keeping a girl hostage to marry her.
Just a full-on dick move.
Yeah.
It's all that same thing though, isn't it? Money.
And then he gets beat up by a teenager
Which is pretty funny.
in real life. Yeah.
Well, in a game, and then he goes and rages in real life. He's like, you can't beat me. Oh wait, I'm down.
So yeah, if I have to, he's the worst. That I'm sure is bad. At being bad.
He's a good worst one.
Yes.
Yeah.
Although, if I'm allowed to do an honourable mention, they're not technically antagonists, but they're dickheads. Is it Hubert and the other Lord from Alicization?
Hubert. Oh yes,
Yeah.
I know about. Oh, I hate them. The
So
ones
what
that
tie up
those two girls enforced Yuchio and Kirito to watch.
and then
Yuchio was
then
like,
nope. The two in the bed, the one that gets,
Yeah.
where Yuchio first pops his eye.
yeah, they're not actually antagonists, but they are dickheads.
Oh, yeah. And what happened to them? Good going.
Yeah. Well, one of them died, and the other, I don't know.
Lost both his arms.
Yeah. One of them died too. That blood loss.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. There we go then. That's mine. Yeah.
She found one. You found one. Well done. Sat here for about half an hour going, right, what am I going to choose next?
And I think that one to James.
Yes, for my worst. And so for my worst antagonist, it has got to be the Jigglebutt Gang from Fairy Tail.
The who now?
Have you not seen Fairy Tail?
I've seen Fairy Tail. I'm trying to remember Jigglebutt Gang.
I think they first appeared on an episode when they're on a train. I think I'm on the train.
I don't think I'm
I'm
up
on
to that.
like episode like 50 on.
It is quite far.
I'm up to the point where they're all in that where they've all come back from being stuck on the island, and they've gone to fight in a contest.
I'm just on episode 50
Oh,
on
the
for 2
Grand
years.
Magic Games.
That's it.
I think it's just before that, actually. I might be wrong. It might be actually just after.
Well, either way, after that, I've not watched any of it. So.
But let me show you. There's these three guys, and I get that they are meant to be like a comic relief villain, but essentially that's what makes them a bad antagonist, because they're not.
I'm sorry, but the Wiggle Butt Gang.
Jiggle Butt Gang.
The Jiggle Butt Gang.
It says it all,
Either way,
it?
that just tells you that's going to be a bad game.
So it's basically three blokes who like to jiggle their ass and fart, and that's basically how they attack and try and beat the
So
target.
me without the other two. I jiggle and fart, I'm not gonna lie. There you go, YouTube. A secret you didn't know about me. I just stand there and
He just
jiggle and
farts.
fart.
He just farts.
Yeah, I just fart.
Now you know why we all tell him he stinks.
And then why we always tell him get out of the room.
But in all seriousness, they're just, because they're just a complete joke like that. They don't even seem to have much of a goal other than being like a comical inconvenience.
No, all they got to do is just jiggle butt.
And there's
I'm
like
sorry,
special
but
moves
the name, the Jiggle Butt Gang. No, God, no. I know why you've chosen it. It's a good choice, but no.
Yeah.
Oh God.
But
Did someone just get bored?
I think that's what
Yeah.
happened. They just got bored. You know, we're just going to make these three guys who wiggle their butts and fart just because we've got nothing better to do.
I think the manga creator got writer's block and just had to think of something fast. And
Oh no, sorry, it's copyright. Ultimate Muscle. He just jiggles butts and fart.
I think there's this like ultimate move where like put their asses together and fart or something like that. It's like really
Wait, do they take
stupid.
off like a helicopter or something?
If I remember rightly, yeah. And so the Jiggle Up Gang, because they are literally just a joke of an antagonist.
Their name's a
Or
joke.
antagonist group. Yeah, definitely. If anyone who's seen Fairy Tail will know exactly what I mean. And that's all I have to say on the matter. That's it for my worst, and on to Sean.
Right. I was going to include the trio, but instead I'm just going to include the whole flipping corporation because they're still worse and they're just shit at what they're doing. Pokemon fans are going to hate me, but I'm going to go with Team Rocket. But you've also got to kind of agree. Team Rocket's goal, to steal Pokemon. Jesse and James, their goal, to steal Pikachu. Every single episode they fail, and there's about 1,000 odd episodes, so they failed 1,000 times. Their goal, they failed. Team Giovanni, what's his job? Oh, he wants legendaries. Has he got one? No, he's just got a big ass Persian that just sits on his lap. You know, it's just, they fail time and time again, and they are shit at their job. I would not hire them to fucking cut my grass, let alone go and steal a legendary Pokemon. I mean, there's other teams out there that have actually done stuff and achieved it. Team Aqua and Team Magma to awaken Groudon and Kyogre, and they did it. Team Rocket tried to steal a Pokemon, have they? No.
Well, that's it. Team Magma and Team Aqua. They've gone legendary. They've managed to hold it for a little while. Team Rocket. We want a Pikachu.
Can't even get that.
The thing
Oh yeah,
is-
we've got it, and it just goes.
Yeah.
The thing is, wasn't like they had teams, didn't they, to get rare Pokemon?
Yeah.
And they decided Pikachu's rare.
Yes.
Because he's strong. No, he's just been trained well.
But it's also the fact that in the first movie, Giovanni created Mewtwo so he could keep Mewtwo for himself.
You're very fidgety.
But then, I know I am. But then Mewtwo, what happens? Escapes. So Giovanni failed at keeping Mewtwo because Mewtwo goes to an island.
And that's even worse because he made the Pokemon and it
Exactly.
still ran away.
Exactly. But Team Rocket are just no, they're just crap. I get it, they're there for a bit of a comic relief. I mean, Team Rocket blasting off again. Yeah, it's laughter every time, but you know,
At least they live up to
achieve
the
your
name.
goal.
At least they live up to the name.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, but in a very shit way.
Oh yeah. I mean, can it be any worse than the Jiggle Butt Gang? Come on.
But I'm also going to chuck in my own little honourable mention here, because I do feel as though this needs to be said, and I am going to shit on you Dragon Ball fans, and I am going to say, Frieza, he is overhyped. Oh, he's all powerful, he can beat anyone. Then why the fuck does he die 3 times?
I can see when this channel gets bigger, the comment section on this video is just going to be, you what?
He's just triggered every Dragon Ball Z fan.
You gotta,
Oh, yeah.
the thing is, if you're
You're
going to
always going to
say,
figure someone in this sort of video. That's
Yeah.
the problem.
if you're going to say Frieza is overpowered, get your facts right. He died 3 times. Once to Goku, once to Trunks just get chopped up, and then he got brought back to life. and still died, even in his golden form.
Well, that's how he's overpowered. He just comes back and plays again.
But why bring him? What?
Why are we talking so much about an honourable mention?
I don't know.
Yeah.
But still, he's just
'cause it's funny.
overhyped. But yeah, that's my best. That's my worst, even, and it's just no.
Plus honourable mention.
And my honourable mention.
All about Pokemon as well. We're really screwing Pokemon fans. My worst pro tag was a Pokemon character. Was Ash.
Yeah.
Antag is Pokemon.
We've literally just done this to Pokemon characters. That's your pro tag, and that's your antag. That's it.
Basically, we've just squatted over and we're taking a shit all
I think we
That's
just.
what we've done.
I think we just need to get a bucket.
And the problem
put
is
that
we all-
shit emoji on it, and just start chucking Pokemon stuff in there and Dragon Ball Z stuff in there.
The problem is though, we like the animes. We've just got a problem with some of the bits.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Freezer being one of them. I mean, his name's just weird anyway. But that's just me.
That, and I believe it is Matthew's turn now. Worst.
Alright, my worst was is one of my favourite animes, Bleach, Aizen. Now, he's not the same as the Jigglebug Gang or Team Rocket. It's just the fact of he is powerful and he takes advantage of it, and you know that's never really settled right with me. He's a good character and he does bring a bit of story to it, but you wait so long to the end and then it's, oh yeah, he gets his backside kicked and he's meant to be all powerful and he underestimates everyone in it, and I get that's the whole thing about the evil character and everything, but he is so high on himself. It is unreal. He even states it in, I don't know if it's a flashback because I haven't watched anime in a while, or it's a flashback, or he's talking to Ichigo about it. He talks about how he realised how strong he was and basically thought, oh yeah, well I'm going to try and get stronger. That's fine, but then sacrificing half an entire city just to go and prove that, why? What's the point? He could do that in the Soul Society by becoming the first captain instead of being the 7th captain, I believe he was. So why? I mean, like I said, it's not like your two where it's a funny why are they in there. This one is purely what is the guy doing? Because he even slays one of his allies who then decides he's going to turn on him. Because I know it's a bit weird and I'm going a bit off track with this, but it just doesn't. The character just doesn't seem right at the same time. It's.
I'm just gonna say this for you, as if this gets put in. The cat jumps off the fence and face plant on the floor.
So anyway, that's my worst antag. I just don't like the guy.
And that is it for today's best and worst on antagonists. We would like to hear your best and worst antagonists in the comment section down below. If you enjoyed the video, give us a like and subscribe, it would be much appreciated, and we will see you guys in the next video. Peace out.
See you later.
Bye guys.
See ya.